do or make videos for you. Hi Yash, how are you? Welcome back. So I see there are several people already writing. I try to answer to all of you. As you can see, I also have my old glasses because the other one got broken, so I have to look for a new pair of glasses or frame. So I saw that LTF it's ready to go to a party for Halloween, and I hope all of you are going to have fun this weekend about Halloween, even if it's not here in Europe a real European holiday. But anyway, let's take advantages. Okay, so how you doing? How was the week? Anybody has any information to give me? I hope you are doing well, your school, your exams, your homework. I know that Sham has a hard time in sketching three-quarter front and back view, as I read from his comment. But you know, Sham, if you want, on this channel there are so many video tutorials, step by step. I mean, all of you guys can just go, it's for free. You go and check it out, and you search for the video you're looking for, and try to follow. And if what I did it's not enough, you can go and check also my colleagues and friends that here on YouTube have their own channels trying to do the same thing, basically to make tutorials, video tutorials for you. Yes, Mr. Yash, I'm being able to join recently your streams. I just started my site IAD. Yeah, besides, let us know how you feel now that you started school in Torino. First classes were exciting, but it's made me busy. Of course, because there are homeworks and you guys have to work very hard. That's the only way, remember. Anyway, in a while we're gonna start. We are really gonna start, and I have here the list, of course, of the new jobs or internships available on the market that I found on LinkedIn, Instagram, and other profiles. And of course, I took notes to make sure that I can balance those information to you. Might be very useful. So, and you, okay, I'm glad actually you like Torino. Torino is a great town. You know, I've been living there. I used to live there for 11 years, and the good thing in Torino, you don't need umbrella if it's raining. there are ports everywhere. And besides, it's a very nice cultural town where you can enjoy history and at the same time a very modern life, especially for young people. You know, there is also the area where there is the river, Il Po, and over there, you know better than me probably already, in the evening, late at night, you can find some really nice beers. Okay. I would like to start, and today the topic of today is the third video talk about design schools, and it's going to be the last one because I think that with the one of today we covered basically all the aspects of what's going on in design school and what you students should do or future students should do in order to pick up the right school. But what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about those students that don't have the money, clearly, that don't have the money to go to a private school. And they still want to go to a school where they can do some sort of transportation design. And I will tell you basically what you can do on your own so that you can stand out even if you are in a better school or in a school that has been made specifically for this type of job or profession. Before we do that, let's go a little bit of commercial. One arriving right now. Okay, and after that we will start with the two little news I have today about job hirings, and then we will move on to our today's topic. And of course, you are welcome to write your comments if you feel like. All right, so let's start with information, the latest news about what's available today. And if you like, if you are from USA and you are mainly industrial design, you are studying industrial design rather than transportation design and you are watching now this live, you might be interested in a company that has a very interesting design center. It's Bobcat Industrial. It's a company that does in North Dakota in USA, and they are looking for a junior industrial designer. They make recreational vehicles. They go on the snow, I mean, they can go basically everywhere. So if you are interested in this type of job, I think you should try. Okay, then you can try to look at their website, Bobcat. Okay, it's called the name of the company. They're looking for a junior industrial designer. Ciao, Ishad. How are you? Don't worry, you are not too late. We are just starting. We just started. Okay, so this is the first news. The second one, it's another company that, to be honest, I don't know, but it was on Instagram. It's called STEM. It's they are looking for an industrial designer. This one is in India, so all the guys watching from India, they might be interested. The town, it's Noida, Uttar Pradesh in India. I don't know exactly where it is, but I'm sure you guys from India, you know. So STEM, just in case you don't know how to write it down, I write it down now on the comments so that you can find out. Maybe you can make a research on internet. And hey, ciao, Gomrani, Adel, how are you? Welcome back. So STEM, it's a company that is looking for industrial designer. Then there is another company, and this is for transportation design. And this one is always the same one, Shanghai Europe Center in Torino. It's making a huge change in their design center facility because their will is to make their team much bigger than what they do today, which means lots of extra projects, operations. So they're giving a lot of more importance to what they have already since more than 10 years in Torino. And they are announced on LinkedIn to have over 150 extra people in design. So this means a lot of designers. And they are looking for senior exterior interior designers, and they're also looking for junior interior exterior designers. I read that they were also looking for color and trim, a little bit all the little disciplines that are inside an interior car design studio. Okay, so you can go and check it out. I can write for you, just in case you didn't take notes last time. I copy the name of the person that is the recruiter from Shanghai. You can find him on LinkedIn. Okay, here you have the info in the comments. It's Mr. Rui Wang on LinkedIn, and you will see from Shanghai European Center. And if you contact him, you can simply ask, I'm a student, do you have any internship? Or if you are not a student anymore, you are still looking for a job, or you would like to change, because this looks like a real big challenge, some nice project. If I were younger, I probably would have liked to try it too. Why not? So you might contact and ask questions. I'm sure they will answer you back. Okay, if you are an engineer and you are an engineer that would like to work in a creative engineering team for automobile design, then Ferrari, yes, Ferrari Modena, is looking for an engineering position that will be working on competitive cars. So I don't know exactly in what type of department, but it looks something really fun. Okay, it's not just production, but it's something where you will be facing a lot of challenges. And Ferrari is Ferrari, so it's a dream place. So just in case you are an engineer and you would like to try to get close to the car design business in terms of projects and design, you could even try to enter through this type of door. All right, so these are the information I have for today about hiring jobs. Then we still have the other ones that are still open. I know that they were not filled completely. I know that Volvo is still looking for an interior design internship, an exterior designer internship, and also for a color and trim designer internship. So those three positions are students' positions, okay? Volvo, you should go and check again on the website. All right, so now let's come back to our topic. As you know, the first video I made about 3 weeks ago, it was what's going on with design schools, and we were talking and we discussed a little bit how, in my opinion, ciao Enzo, bonjour, bienvenue, welcome back. And so basically it looks more like it's becoming a real business, and when things become too much of a business, the quality in general, the quality, it's paying a price. And I was explaining that with all the design school we have today in the world, there are few that still keep their philosophy, their principles safe, I would say. Bonjour, Enzo, bonjour. And what they do, but those are few of them. A lot of design schools, there are some few new ones, and a lot of them are just becoming too business-like, like double classes, 60 people. So there is a sort of an inflation of students, and as we discussed earlier, we said this is not really good because the business, it's not able to absorb all those students that get a diploma, a bachelor, or a master. And this also Pratap Bose, the VP design from Mahindra, who is a friend, that wrote a very nice post on LinkedIn talking about this with sadness, because he sees a lot of people that have a dream, and after they will probably never reach that dream become true, because there are just too many. I explained last time, also with the help of John from USA, that who is a design manager that's much more experienced than me, because he's from Detroit, from United States, and he worked for GM, and coming also from Art Center back in time, and he also looking at the way all this design school world is changing. He was saying also the same thing. He said too many students, but the jobs are almost always the same number available year by year. And not every year a company will hire 10 people. Maybe sometimes we hire 1 or 2. So if you multiply this for all the number of design studios that we have around the world, you understand that probably we have 100, 150 places available. Hey John, you are back. You see, when I talk about the devil, the devil is here. Hey John, how you doing? Did you prepare your Halloween party tonight or tomorrow night? I hope so. So we are with John. I was making just a resume of the things that we said in the last couple of design talks. John is a great friend. I'm very happy every time he's with us. And today, what we're gonna talk about? Well, today, hey, Channel Tracker, come stai? Yeah, I know that you came after a long time. Don't worry, we are always here. And basically, today we're gonna talk about a very particular case that is touching my heart many times, because in general I have no really a solution for. We always try to find a solution, but this time is a little bit more difficult. And the situation is this one. So, yes, John, yeah, the costume is ready. All right, it will be on Instagram. Okay, so then I will go and check it out. All right, that sounds great. Okay, so the question is, if you are a student in a country where you don't have a car design school, or you do have a car design school, but this car design school is not good one, it's not known, and we have a problem of the teachers that are not all designers, maybe the philosophy that the school is too young, and you feel a little bit lost comparing your situation. Ciao Debajit, welcome back. Good evening to you. Thank you, Yash, thanks. So what are you going to do? I know that you compare yourself on Instagram with the students from other schools. I know because last week I was talking with one of you. I will not say the name, but this guy is a very intelligent guy, besides with a very good talent. And he was saying, I compare myself with what they do in Art Center, in CCS, and I always feel so down. I say, no, stop, don't do that. Because what is more important for every student or everybody that is passionate about car design is, first of all, the talent you have. Because believe me, if you have talent, you might find a more difficult road, to go through. But at the end of that road, you will always find a good exit, that will give you opportunities. So what happens if you don't have the money to go into one of the known schools? Well, you will be probably in India or in South Africa or in Africa. A lot of people in Iran or in Iraq, there are some people that write to me from those countries and say, hey, Luciano, what can I do? And I have no answer. But at the same time, I do have few examples of students that today are design managers in car design that come from this type of scenario. So now I'm sure you're asking yourself, but yeah, how the hell did they do? Well, they did in a very simple way, the only way they could. They worked very hard. They worked very hard because they believed in themselves. They believed in their talent. They knew that their teachers were not probably at the right level to teach them all the little secrets and demos and tutorials that we do in those schools where we come from. But at the same time, because they were very talented, they were able to learn by themselves, and of course on YouTube, maybe paying an online course for a couple of months just to refresh some of the basics of drawings in order to learn how to express their creativity and show their personality and put together a nice portfolio, even if it's not the super hot shot portfolio. So when you are able to do that and you make abstraction of what's going on the right and on the left, and you don't let this influence do too much, because you keep concentration on what is your path, the steps that you have to follow in order to reach certain levels. If you have that talent, and when I'm talking about talent, it's really the big talent, you will make it. As I said at the beginning, it's going to be a little bit harder. You make your CV, you put the name of your school, nobody goes to that school. But what counts the most, every time we go and check at work, those CVs plus portfolios that we receive via email, it's the portfolio. Because if you have a diploma that gives you legally a diploma, a bachelor or a master, even if we don't know the schools, but we see that your portfolio is very good, of course we are interested. So the thing is, the first time we talked about the big problem of lots of design schools, that they take a lot of people, maybe some people don't really deserve to be in that school, and after they feel sad because they discovered this by themselves. Therefore, they go a little bit in depression because they realize they are spending the money, but what they are doing, it's not going to bring them probably anywhere. And they have to decide whether to step out and do something else, or be happy with something different than what they thought they would do. Then we have the second situation where we said, okay, what we have to do, we have to be very careful when we choose a design school. That's what we were talking last time. And we discussed about that. We explained the key elements, that we have to try to fix, like on a checklist on your paper, on a piece of paper. And when you go and approach a design school or you visit a design school, the questions you have to ask to make sure that you are in the right environment, and even if it's not the most expensive or the perfect school, you still have more than 50% of the answers that are positive. So you say, well, you know what, I will still learn something here. I have talent, I'm sure it's gonna work. But then we have the other scenario, the last one, which is today, where people really don't even have that possibility, because they cannot travel, they cannot go out of their country. Maybe they can go into an engineering university where they probably open up a sort of an industrial design department, because a lot of countries are discovering that design is important. But even if they don't have the know-how, they open those departments. And that gives you, I would say, a diploma or a bachelor in industrial design, even if the university is probably doesn't have that experience. But that legally gives the opportunity to get hired in a local company. Maybe, why not? You will be working for your country, even if it's very far from Europe, or it's not a fancy company that we know in USA or in Europe or in China or in Japan. You will do it in your country, but your country is a country that is fully developing, and of course they are looking to implement this type of fields too, because it's a question of competitions. The BRIC countries today, they have a lot of money to invest into all this. It's not just architecture and infrastructure, it's also design, projects, companies, techno, industrial design, a lot of stuff. Because the BRICS, I think they're right, they want to try to be independent, just like Europe tries to be independent, and just like China is already independent, or like USA. So now, if I make I'm not the right person to say it, but geopolitically, there are some new assets in the world that are starting to work out a little bit different than 20 years ago. Therefore, there are new opportunities, especially in those countries. So, you have talent, go to those schools, don't worry. Probably those schools will be free for you because they will be public. And therefore, it will be even cheaper for you. But you have to understand that you have to work really, really hard. You have to follow all the notions that the school probably cannot give you somewhere else. Okay, as I said at the beginning, watch on YouTube, buy books, maybe you pay for an online course to get the extra notions that your teacher probably cannot give you. And when you put all this together, plus your talent, you will be able, after a couple of years, to put together a nice portfolio. That can be a master portfolio to do a master outside your country, or simply a good portfolio to try to get an internship. And I am sure you can get an internship also in your countries, or in those countries. Or maybe you just apply outside the country if you can travel. And I am sure that if you have a quality work, there will be somebody out there to give you the opportunity. I had a friend that lives and works in New York. He's from Africa. And this guy is an ex-designer colleague, okay? And since a long time he's living in New York. And he's working as industrial design now. He was an interior designer for car design. And he's doing a lot of work for Africa, for example. Sometimes he travels over there and makes workshops. Even though it's just little things, he started already 10 years ago. Now it looks like that in the area where he used to go, I forgot the name of the town, but there is a very good, I would say, sensibility in talking about those subjects, those fields. So things change. Well, they will never remain the same. And I am sure that this is the best option you have in order to try to reach and to make your dream come true. So I know that in India, many times I am contacted by students from remote areas of the country, which is very big country, and people say, I come from a family where I cannot spend the money, I cannot invest that money. What can I do? Well, that's what I say. In those cases, always the same thing. Go to architecture university if you have an architecture university next to you or close to your town, or go to engineering. But draw every day, sketch every day. Look at all those channels that show you how to sketch cars. Exercise. You have to do the double of work of somebody else. That's normal because nobody's with you trying to help you. Nobody's just next to you. Probably you don't have the money to pay an online course for 2, 3, 4 months. And we understand that that's okay. But the only thing is you have to put more effort. And that's the only way for you to try, to get to the same level of the others and get your chance. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you today about this, because there are a lot of people that feel sometimes a little bit desperate, and they feel like there is no issue. There is always an issue. It matters. What it matters, it's how you try to solve the problem. In this specific case, the hard work, because I know people that start sketching 2 years ago. They show me their work, and their work is very good. It's already at the level of a first-year student in any design school. So this means that when you're alone in your room and you really want to make it, you work your weekends, you work during late at night, you follow the videos, and you try to make it. You copy. The beginning to copy, it's very good. To copy a style, to copy the way we make our sketches and stuff. It's a good way to start, because when you don't know, the best way is to look someone else and learn from someone else. Then, little by little, you get confidence. And when you trust yourself a little bit more, and you will learn how, you will see that your sketches are more comprehensible, and you are starting really to sketch cars, then it will be very easy for your creativity to come out and for you to draw your creativity, because you will not find any more difficulty or big difficulties in trying to translate what you have in your brain onto the paper. Okay? All right. John, would you like to add anything if you are still there? Just in case. Anybody would like to ask questions? You can. We are 12 people. That's not bad. Already 36 people. Nice. There is always that minute of delay between moment you write down and I receive your message. Only Striker, I'm so happy I was here today. I needed someone to tell me that desperately. Thank you enough. You're welcome, Only Striker. Work hard, don't worry, work hard. And you can always contact me if you have a sketch or something that you would like me to tell you how it looks, or if there's a big mistake. I always thank you, John. Thanks. So just in case, you guys, you can always send me a sketch. I mean, I will be very happy to tell you if there's a big mistake, okay? So that you remember, you don't repeat that big mistake. Okay, so anybody else? Now it's 6:22. Sometimes on my display, on my telephone in front of me, all the comments come out and I see myself very small. And I need to see myself to make sure that I watch into the camera so that I can look at you straight in your eyes. And if that thing becomes so small, I don't know where to watch. Hard work, degree and portfolio, personality. Exactly, John. Exactly. Ishad, sir, which company is best for a first internship? Ishad, to be honest, for the first internship, any company is good. Car design company, RV company, industrial design company, any company is good, because the first time you have an internship, it's your first time to learn the basics of the business. And therefore, and this is something anybody can give you. It's the same thing for the first job once you are out of school. I always say to everybody, the first job, don't worry about the contract, how much they pay you, who cares? The most important thing is the first 2-3 years you learn in a real design center. Because what you will learn during those 2-3 years, first year, it will be fundamental for you in order to make the second move in career, which will be the second company. And that one has to be the right choice, will be more, how can I say, strategically more important. Because there you can launch your career like a rocket, or it can go down if you make a mistake in company choice. But at the beginning, especially at the internship, you don't have to worry about that. Anybody that will offer you an internship, you just take it. You know, my first internship was an RV company. I was doing motorhomes. It was not really a car, but I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot about process, materials, technology. I sketched a lot, believe me. And it was fun. I had, for the first time, I was integrated into a design team. I had a design manager, design director. I made my presentations. I was so excited. Yes, do design studios in Europe? Yes, yes, they do. Because you have to know that internship in Europe, university, they are 3 years plus master. When you are following the bachelor, the 3 years bachelor, at the second year, you have the rights to go to apply for an internship. In general, you do at the end of the second year or the beginning of the third year. That's why. Why? Because you need to put together, you have the capacity to put together a credible, nice, creative portfolio, even though it's just an internship portfolio. So yes, they do. And I know that when you are in a 4-year school or 5-year school, it's the third year that you get your internship. When I was in art center, I took it in my second year because I did not take any vacation, and therefore my 4 years I did it in 3 years, going always straight. You know, every term I used to do every term in a row. That's why. But in general, other people took their internship at the third year in art center because they were doing 4 years, having the summertime, taking summertime off. Any other question? This weekend we have a motorbike GP, Grand Prix, and also Formula One. Don't forget. It's gonna be another knockout weekend, motor sports weekend. Yes, Yash. Got it. Thank you. I am a third-year course, so I can do it next year, I think. Yes, of course, Yash. But try already to check your portfolio. I mean, what you have to put together a portfolio. Stop getting worried about that now already. Because, you know, put together a portfolio, you can check all my videos about portfolios, entry portfolios. You know, you have to have an order, sequence, sessions. So start making a checklist of what you have and what you're missing. Because for what you're missing, you can start working on it already from now. Devajit. Max going for most, it's a calendar year. Okay. Wins in a calendar year. All right. I hope so. I think that he's gonna win every single race. I am sure about that. The way he's overpowering, you know, everybody. Yes, definitely. I'm following all your advice or portfolio. Super helpful. Thank you very much, Yash. Thanks. I'm glad. Okay, so you know what? I think we finished. We were 44, very happy. Now we are 10. I really hope you're gonna have a very nice Halloween for those that will party Halloween, and for those that will not, have a very good weekend. Here we have a long weekend, so I will take advantage, and I promise to you I will make a short video about some tutorials. Mrs. leads the falling. Life still changed, but Luciano is still the same. Thanks. That's true. You're not the only one saying that to me. Grazie. Thanks. From UK. LDF. From UK. Okay. Have a good time at your Halloween party tonight. Okay, or tomorrow. No, it's tonight. Ciao, John. Grazie. Thanks for being with us. All of you. Happy Halloween. Ciao. Grazie.